Good afternoon and welcome to this JISC Advanced webcast on recording lectures and screencasts. Hopefully this afternoon we'll answer some of the questions that you have with regards to the technical, the inclusivity, the inclusion practice and legal questions that arise with regards to recording lectures and screencasts. What we want to enable is you, if you decide that recording is appropriate, to be able to go ahead without these issues getting in the way. And again, we would ask you to look at the JISC Advanced website if you haven't done so, www.jiscadvance.ac.uk, for further information and from details of all services that will help you with using technology as part of teaching and learning and other activity in your college or university. This afternoon, I'm pleased to say we have a number of experts here in the studio. We have, first of all, we have Steve Hull from JISC Digital Media.
Good afternoon.
We have Terry McAndrew from JISC Techdis.
Good afternoon.
And in the background we have Lisa Featherston as well, who will be looking after the Twitter feed as the afternoon goes on. Well, that brings me nicely to the question of, well, why deal with recording lectures and screencasts at all? It's becoming a very topical area and one that JISC Legal has received quite a few questions on through its help desk. We're looking at several different aspects of course, but on the whole we can see that the growth in the use of automatic recording systems, the sort of built-in systems to lecture theatres, has brought up the questions recently. The desire to assist in helping students, perhaps with different learning styles and with different degrees of access to actual one-off lectures. The wish to help those who can't make it to traditional lectures has meant that recording lectures has come up the agenda, and also the desire to share as well. If we think of all the lectures that have been delivered in colleges and universities around the world that have been lost into the mists of time, it's a little unfortunate perhaps, and we're now living in an age of technology whereby more can be recorded and shared. So I think these are some of the basic reasons why the questions are coming up at the moment. So, participation this afternoon. The reason that we're here live in Glasgow this afternoon is so that you can put your questions to us now. That means that hopefully you'll see on your page a little box with your name and a little text entry box, and you can actually type a question into that box now and it will come through to me here in the studio. And so we hope to actually answer the real questions that you have. So we'd ask you first of all at this moment to give it a go. Could you say hello please using the question box? Don't be shy. If you could also say how many people are watching on your screen, your connection as well. This will help us to know what sort of audience we're reaching, which is always useful for us reporting back in future. So don't be shy, stick in your name, stick in your institution. We have a data protection notice there. We're not going to use those details for anything other than feedback with regards to this session, following good data protection practice. So please go ahead and do so. It won't interrupt your viewing of the stream. Okay, so hopefully quite a few hellos coming in there. But during the session, please do send in your questions. If you're a Twitter user, then you can also tweet us during the webcast using the hashtag of #JISC Legal Webcast. And again, that should be noted on the screen that you're looking at for this webcast. Okay, so we want lots of your questions in so we know we're meeting your needs. A quick run through of the timings then. Following from this introduction, we're going to go into a short video from JISC Digital Media showing the typical setup of someone going to record a lecture and some top tips as to what to avoid and good practice. We'll be heading in about 2:10 to the big question of what you should do to prepare beforehand. Some might say planning is everything, and certainly an awful lot can be sorted out in advance with a bit of forethought. And we'll be taking you through that until 2:40. At 2:40 we will be dealing with your questions that have come into the studio. We'll turn our hand collectively to try and give you some answers to those. So get your questions in early there. At 2:55 we'll give you a coffee break. You'll probably need a refill at that point, and so we'll give you 10 minutes until 3:05 to replenish your coffee and tea. At 3:05 we'll deal with issues surrounding actually making the recording. So what happens actually on the day with the camera and how you should go about that, some top tips. At 3:20 we'll be looking at making the recording available. So you have it in the can, so to speak. What do you do with it after that? And what tips are there to make your video most accessible and the most useful and effective it can be through post-production? Finally, at 3:30, we'll be having a roundup of more of your questions, any further questions that have come into the studio, and we'll be dealing with a panel discussion on the wider questions about good practice and looking at the current state of play. And finally, at 3:40, there'll be a roundup, and finally, we hope to finish at 3:45 today for this session. Okay, well, as I say, it's a very topical issue. We've got some important legal issues, some inclusion practice issues, and some technical issues. We're going to, on the whole, deal with those through discussion of the experts here in the studio. But before that, we've got a few other things to look at. There is an evaluation form. And if you're like me, evaluation forms do tend to be a bit of a chore and tend to be slightly overloaded with evaluation forms. We've tried to provide some incentive with a very pertinent prize, I think, of a Kodak ZI-8 high-definition camera. It's one of the best ones available in the price range, given that it has an external microphone for good audio quality, which, as we'll hear as the day goes on, we'll recognise as being a very important factor in producing a good recorded lecture or screencast. So this could be yours. Provided you're not a member of staff at one of the JISC Advanced Services, I'm afraid. But for all users in further and higher education, we'll do a prize draw following the webcast, and this could be yours. They're a very neat little kit and very quick and easy to make good quality video. As long as you prepare beforehand, think about it, think about the things to do on the day, and then a little bit of post-production. And that's what we're going to go through. The evaluation form will be available as a link at the end of the webcast for you to fill in. So please do see all the way through to that. After the event, we are recording this webcast, and it will be made available through the JISC Legal website, www.jisclegal.ac.uk, in much the same way as you've accessed this live broadcast. So we'll be making it available in bite-sized chunks for ease of use, as well as the streaming version, and we'll also be making a transcription available and a closed caption version for as the best accessibility as we can manage. So we hope that meets your needs. Please do feedback as well with any comments about how we can improve the webcasts in future, or any ideas for future webcasts.